Hello and welcome to part 2 of reading the pattern and crocheting the Knitty Kritters bear. And my name's Lynn from craftwithbellajane. So today we're going to start on the legs, and yeah, we've made a start on the body in video 1, and once again I'm going to remind you of this little tip to take your wool out from the centre, and then your ball doesn't jiggle about and fall on the floor. So exactly the same as we started with the body, we're going to start with a slip knot, and we're going to chain 2. So let's just get straight into it now. So oops, chain 1, chain 2, and now we're going to work in the first chain, which is there. So we're going to open that up a little bit, and we're going to make 8 double crochet in the first stitch. Now if you look on this chart, double crochet, all this SC is doing is telling you that's the US, the American term. So double crochet is the English, UK, English, Welsh, Scottish and Irish term, UK term, and there it is, double crochet, and the US term is single crochet, and that's all that is there. 8 double crochet in brackets SC, which is the US term for double crochet. So let's make a start. So into the hole, pick up your yarn, pull through, and pull through the 2 that are on your hook. So into the hole, pull up your yarn, and pull through the 2 that are on your hook. Into the hole, pick up your yarn, and pull through the 2 on your hook. Okay, so I'm not going to keep saying that now. I'm going to carry on because I lose count otherwise. So I've made 1, 2, 3. Okay, so number 4. Number 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then I'm going to pull that to close that hole. Okay, so we count back from your loop that's on your hook. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I'm going to put a little hook in here, pin rather, in that last stitch, just to remind us where round 1 ends. Oh, these new ones are a bit tight. There we are. And then pick that up. Oops, sorry, there's a message on my phone. I'm using my camera because I wasn't having such success with my phone uploading, so I'm on my camera at the moment. So there's our first stitch, okay, and we need to go into, as I showed you in the first video, this hole here, which is underneath that V, that bar. So we're going into there like that. Okay, right, let's look at what round 2 says. So round 2 is 2 double crochet in every stitch around, and make 16 stitches. And this is very similar to the body and the way we started the body, because the feet on the teddy bear are quite large. Okay, so let's make a start. So 1 double crochet, that's 1, and then 2 double crochet, and that's 2. into the next stitch, 1, 2, 1, 2, helicopter going over, that's fingers crossed, sounds like the Coast Guard, let's hope nobody's in trouble. I must have gone straight overhead because I couldn't see it. 1, 2, and then in the next one, 1, 2, and in the next one, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now then, because I lost count, I don't know whether I'm on number 7 or number 8. That could be number 8. So what we'll do is we'll pull that through and we'll just count up. Oops, sorry about that. Bashed the camera. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we need to do 2 more in there. Okay. And there we are. 2 into this hole here. So 1, 2, that's 16. Okay, so that's 16 stitches, and then we'll put another pin in the last stitch just so that we know where we are. Okay, and there we are. Just need to give that a bit of a pull to tighten that up, and that's it. Okay, so that was round 2. Now round 3. So round 3 is 1 double crochet and 2 double crochet increase around. So we did this in the body, so we know it's 1 double crochet and then 2 double crochet into the next stitch, 1 double crochet and 2 double crochet into the next stitch. Okay, so we'll give that a go, and when we finish that we'll end up with 24 stitches. So there's the next hole there. So 1 double crochet and then 2 into the next. So 1, 2, and that, if you can hear that clonking, it's Jess. She's trying to get under the table at my feet. 1, 2 into the next one, completely lost my thread then, lost my train of thought completely because I was wondering what Jess was doing under there. So I think I've got 2 in there. I'm just going to pull that out just for a minute just to see what's going on. Yeah, 2 in there and 1 in there. Okay, so I want 2 in here now. I think let's just count them. Completely lost track of what I'm doing. 4. So that's 1, 2 in the next one, 1. So I need 2 in the next stitch, don't I? So 1, 2, 1, 1, and then 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, and then 1, 2. Right, so you know, if you've got it, then carry on. You know, you can always fast forward these videos, so don't feel you've got to watch them all the way through. You can skip forward. 2. And then I think we might have a little error here. So let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Oh no, I've come to the end. I wasn't sure, but there we are. That's the 2 to end. So 24. Okay, so that's the end of round 3. So now round 4 and round 5 are both the same. Double crochet all the way around. So that's double crochet into each stitch. So let's take this blue one out. We don't need that in anymore. And let's put that in the last stitch, which is there. And now we're going to double crochet all the way around. Now I'm sure that you don't need to watch me double crochet all the way around twice. So I'm going to just skip to round 6. So I'll just do a few stitches and then I will skip you to round 6. Okay. Okay, so that is the end of row 4 and row 5, and I have put a little clip in there to just show where the end of that where that last stitch is. So I've done row 4 and I've done row 5, and hopefully you have as well, and all that was double crochet all the way round. So we're going to do something new now. Round 6 is a decrease round. So it says double crochet 2 together, and because that's in brackets, that's the instruction, and then it says 6 times. So we're going to double crochet 2 together 6 times, and then we're going to 12 double crochet to the end. Okay, so you can see now how this paw, this foot, is curling up, and that's because we just did double crochet on the last 2 rounds. Okay, so I'm going to just move this to the back because it's easier to see what you're doing if that's not in the way. Okay, and then I'm going to show you how to double crochet 2 together. Okay, ready? So into the first stitch you begin the double crochet. Oh gosh, look, that's coming done now. There we are. you begin the double crochet, so you go in and pull through, and then you stop, and you leave the 2 stitches on the hook, and then you start the second one, which is there. So in, pull through and stop, and now you've got 3 stitches on your hook, and then you yarn round needle and pull the wool through all 3, and that is your double crochet 2 together. And we've got to do that 6 times, so we've done that once. Now a lot of people don't like writing on their pattern, but I don't mind, so that's 1, and I want to do 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can get a spare piece of paper if you want, but you know, I've always written on my patterns, and you know, it's not a problem for me. So that's 1 done. So let's do it again. So into the next stitch, pull through, keep those 2 on your hook, into the next stitch, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through all 3. Now I'm just going to undo that because I seem to have a little problem there, and I want to make sure, yeah, they're all in there. I just want to make sure that I haven't made an error. So I'm going into there, leave those 2 on my hook, going into the next one. I've got 3 on my hook now, and I'm going to pull through 3, and there we are. And this hook pin just wants to keep on doing, so that's 2. To the next one, pull through, keep those 2 on your hook, into the next stitch, pull through, and then yarn round needle and pull through 3, and that's 3. Into the next stitch, keep those 2 on your hook, into the next one, and then pull through 3, and that's 4. Okay, into the next stitch, keep those 2 on your hook, into the next stitch, and then yarn round needle and pull through 3, and that's 5. Okay, into the next stitch, keep those 2 on your hook, into the next one, and then yarn over and pull through 3, and that's your 6. That wasn't so difficult, was it? And that's probably the most difficult stitch in the whole of the pattern. Okay, so we've done that 6 times, and now we're going to 12 double crochet to the end. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. I'm just under the table on my feet and just having a good old groan under there. There we are, that's 12. So pull that through, and we need to have 18 stitches, so let's have a look. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There we are. And now you can see you've got the start of the foot there. It's like a little shoe, isn't it? And that's fallen out, and that is a horrible little pin. I don't like that at all. So put a different one in there. Okay. So we are now on, and I also like to tick them off as I'm going along once it gets a little bit complicated. So we're now on round 7, and round 7 says 1 double crochet, and then it says double crochet 2 together, and because it's in brackets, twice. So that's the one instruction on its own, and then comma, and then 13 double crochet to the end. Excuse me. So 1 double crochet, comma, oh no, sorry, I'm reading the wrong one now. Where am I? There we are. 1 double crochet, comma, and then double crochet 2 together twice, and then 13 double crochet to the end. Okay. There we are. It's getting a bit dark now. What time it is? 2:45. It's already starting to get a bit dark. The nights are supposed to be getting lighter. Okay, so 1 double crochet, and now we want 2 double crochet 2 together twice. So we're going in there once and leave the 2 on the needle, and we're going in there. Well, we've got 3 on the needle, or the hook rather. Yarn round needle and pull through all 3, and now we've got to do that again. So in you go, 2 on the needle, in again, 3 loops on the needle and pull through all 3. There we are. Okay, and now we're going to double crochet 13 times to the end. So 1, 2, and feel free to fast forward me. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. And we're back to our little pin there, so we know we're right. And again, you can count them if you want to. So I'll just tick that row off, and we should have 16 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and there's our hook. And you can see now the foot's getting bigger, and I can see my tension is very loose at the moment. It's probably, as I say, because I'm working up here, whereas normally I'm working by my body. So it's not a problem, is it really? Okay, so that is row 7 completed, and it says now stuff the foot firmly. So now we need to get out the stuffing. Now I've got all this stuffing left from the last time, so I'm going to use this up first. And I've got bags and bags of stuffing as well downstairs. So I'm just going to pull some of this out of here. I'm going to take this pin out, but I'm going to leave that pin in. So So I'm going to make sure that is nice and tight. I'm going to push that inside, and then I'm going to push my stuffing into the foot. Oh, it says nice and firmly, so we'll try and get a bit more in there. And that's about it, I would say. I'd say that's quite firm. Yeah. Okay. So, round 8. DC, 2 together 3 times, so double crochet 2 together 3 times and then 10 double crochet to the end. So we're decreasing again. So there's our pin in there. Okay. So that's the stitch in there. So this is the next stitch here. So into there, yarn round needle, pull it through, keep those 2 on the hook, into the next one, yarn round needle, pull it through and pull it through all 3. So that's 1. So we need to do this 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. There's our 1. Okay, and just make sure you're not going in the wrong hole here. So that's in there, that is in there. Okay, so we need to go into the next one, which is here, which is quite a long way off really, but you know, you've just got to be careful that you do that. So into there, get that good and tight, into the next one, that's 3, and then yarn round needle and pull through 3. Now I think my last stitch might have been a bit loose, but we'll carry on and see how we go. So that's 2. Okay, so that is in there. I want to go in here now. So into there, pull through, and then into the next one, pull through, and then pull through 3. And that's 3 done. And then that was 3 times, and then 10 double crochet to the end. Okay, so that's where my last stitch went, so I'm in this one now. So 1, and feel free to pull that a bit tighter if you need to. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so like a little foot. Sweet. And now I've got a big loop there because my tension is not good at all at the moment, but I'm going to carry on. So that's 10, so we should have 13 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 stitches there. And there's our hook. Now don't forget to just get that out of there, we don't want that left in the foot. Let's find a bigger pin because it's getting quite difficult to see what you're doing, isn't it? Okay, so that is row 8 completed. Okay, I'm not very happy with that, but I'm going to carry on anyway. Okay, so row 9, 1 double crochet, 2 together, and then 10 double crochet to the end. So it's 1 double crochet and 1 double crochet, 2 together. Okay, so here we go. Right, I might have to stop and get some more lights on, I think, in a minute. So that's in there, so we're going into this next one here. So 1 double crochet and then 1 double crochet, 2 together. So 1, I'm going to try and tighten it up a little bit as I'm doing this stitch. 2, 3 loops on the needle, and then 1, 2, 3, and pull that tight, and then so 10 double crochet to the end. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, oops, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that was row, have a look now, row 9, and we completed row 9 with the 10 double crochet all the way around. So we now have a little foot, and now we're going to do the leg, and to do the leg we've got to do rounds 10 to 13 double crochet all the way around, and then we come to the end. So at the end it says slip stitch into next stitch and fasten off, stuff the legs tightly, and then looking at the front of the leg, foot facing forward, flatten the leg, bringing the 2 sides together in readiness to crochet into the body. So I'll be coming back to you in a minute when I've got to the top of the leg, but all we're doing now is row 10 to row 13 double crochet all the way round, and remember to put your pin in every time you go round. Now you're only working on 12 stitches, and it's quite tight really, but you know, you'll be all right. And I'll come back to you when I've completed my leg. Okay, so that's the end of part 2. Just out of just for your, my tension on this one, this leg, is quite a bit looser than normal, and I'm wondering if this foot is a little bit smaller than this foot, to be honest. And the reason for that is because I made this one while recording, and I made this one off camera and closer to my body, and I think got my normal tension. Now the other thing is, when I made this teddy bear, his legs seem quite a bit longer. I don't know if that's just my imagination, but I don't know, maybe not. But I have added an extra row onto here, and I'm going to take some stuffing out because, as you can see, I haven't stuffed these legs as tightly, and I quite like that. They're a bit, you know, they're a bit more movable, pliable, and these seem very stiff to me. So yeah, I've added an extra row to this one, so it makes absolutely no difference whatsoever, and you will have loads of wool left over. I had all of this left over from that teddy bear. Yeah, so I've added an extra row, an extra round to these feet, and I mean, I'm toying, is there enough difference for me to justify making one of them again? I don't know, this one, I don't know, have to decide on that. So yeah, anyway, that's the end of part 2. Hope you are, you know, joining in, having some fun, and I'll see you for part 3. Okay, bye, thanks for watching.